What's up and welcome back to the Scuff Test podcast for episode number 301, and I can't motion to wonder to make noises today because it's just me, and it's really weird, and I don't really know what to do about it. Wonder this week is in the middle of moving to his new house, and he's, I think, mostly moved in at this point. He might be fully moved in by this point. And the internet company there, only apparently has 2 technicians total. And so it's at least a week, maybe 2, before he can get his new fiber installed, and because of that he has no internet and couldn't join us. And then Grayson got into town on Tuesday, which is the day I normally record this, and I forgot, because without Wonder to be like, hey, are you ready to record, and then, you know, having Grayson existing in this area, I totally forgot. So I am recording this exactly 2 hours before it goes live. So good morning. I'm probably still awake when you're seeing this, which is unfortunate because I have stuff to do in 3 hours. I love my ability to plan and think and do. I'm still battling the sickness, so we're fighting the horrors, which is good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a lot to talk about, so I'm sure this will be a shorter episode than normal. I'm sure I can't even do the, like, I'll talk about football thing because I've just been doing that a lot. Like, it's easy to do, or easier for me to not do sports talk now, with not only having Run the North as the regular podcast episode, but also the 3 times a week sports show with Caleb. That really gets a lot of the sports talk out of the way, I say, as I'm wearing a Rockies hat and hoodie. Maybe I'll talk about the Rockies a bit. I don't know. Mostly I'm just going to try not to leave too much dead air. Got to try to get an hour-long recording-ish. I'm going to guess it'll be like the first and only other time I ever did a solo episode where we went a whole 38 minutes. I would guess this week is going to be somewhere around there. I think the big thing that has been happening is, if you've been watching all of the content on YouTube, or just all of my content in general, you'll see that there hasn't been much. And that the YouTube channel's kind of empty now, at least my main one, the Geek Slash channel. Kind of empty. Sorry, ignore the giant pimple. So what happened was, sorry, still battling the sickness. So what happened was, I've been trying to figure out what my plan is going to be for YouTube, because as I do every year, I go through and I kind of think about, like, hey, what's going to be my move for content for this year? What worked last year? What didn't? What is the path forward? And I think I'm hoping I'm at a point where I figured out how to make YouTube work. There's a lot of things. There's some real life reasons why at this moment I'm not loving the idea of streaming and just not doing it as much. So streams are only going to happen 3 times a week moving forward, at least for now. And that's going to be Music Monday. That's going to be a Wednesday stream where I play games with people or whatever. And I'm going to try to, like, actually plan those games out every week and whatever. And then Friday for D&D. That's going to be the Twitch streams. That's going to be the Twitch everything. And then YouTube videos wise, I've created so many new YouTube channels. There's one specifically for the D&D game. I've put all of the cooking videos ever over on the Geeks Kitchen channel, and those will be slowly re-rolling out again on that channel. Then I made a Let's Plays channel so that I can make a Let's Play once a week, me playing whatever game. Currently, it's getting more than one video a week, but that's because I'm trying to get the Call of Duty campaigns re-uploaded. And I am probably going to have it be even more because I want to get all the episodes of Dispatch uploaded. But that's not going to happen until like next week or the week after, probably. And then we have the archive channel, which is going to exist just to have all of the actual funny and good old content that I made. Because if you look at the Geek Slays channel right now, there is like 9 actual main channel videos in general. And that is because the new strategy is going to be once or twice a month. It'll be, I would say, probably the second and fourth Fridays, give or take, of every month. I'm going to upload a bigger, the retrospective style videos. So like what I did for Expedition 33, which was like a 3-hour video, like what I did for Black Ops 3, like what I did for Infinite Warfare. And I liked to keep some other videos that felt at least in the same vein, even if they weren't as high quality there, because that felt okay. It just felt weird if I was going to transition into only doing this style of long form content. It felt really weird to have it exist on a channel where there's also this weird cooking content and this weird like Let's Play stuff and this weird, you know, other stuff and this really crappy quality content in some cases. So I wiped it and am doing it different. So you want sports talk, you go to Run the North. You want me and Wonder being jackasses, you stay here. You want me to hear me talk about movies, because that's the thing I do, go to Dueling Fates. You want to see me just play video games, go to the Geek Plays. You want to see D&D, go to TTRP Geeks. Jesus. You want food, go to Geeks Kitchen. You want gaming retrospectives with a lot of lore and a lot of effort, go to the Geek Slays. I think, I don't know, I just see this as the brightest path forward for what I want to do. And like, I haven't fully officially announced this anywhere yet. Like, I've been talking about it. I have the plan, at least mostly. I'm just not fully ready yet. It's just with the fact that all you've seen is all the content on YouTube disappear and streams have cut back. I just feel like it was time to at least bring it up somewhere and acknowledge what's going on. And I don't know. I'm also just trying to, I don't know. I've been mentally battling the horrors for a couple weeks now. I think I'm finally like, okay, but it was a good bit. Well, not a good bit. That's not true. It was a rough go for a bit there, but we're here. We're ready to rock. And yeah, I don't know. I hope that this version of what I want to do works. This also, I'm still doing a lot of voice acting stuff, or at least trying to. So if you need any voice acting done, hit up your boy. But yeah, I just hope that I've finally found what will work. And as I've seen, and as you guys have probably seen a bit, like, this, at least previously, has worked. At least this style of video I have made, they have done well. Like, if I go look at my My channel's being annoying because it won't filter out all the privated videos because I didn't actually delete them. Because why would I do that? So I have to go to YouTube and not here. So give me a moment. Oh, and I might have to fix another thing. No, the channel trailer is still there. That's cool. Yeah, so right now, like I said, there is 9 total videos up. But like the Expedition 33 video did fine. The Black Ops 3 video did really well. There's a couple other game reviews. There's like the top 5 videos. And I actually might go make another video public. I thought more of them were.
Because I have to assume.
Hey, it's Mark, because I was watching the Unis Honest live stream that they did, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I think I've found a path that at least could go well, and I'm definitely wanting to give it a go. I think this will be a good one. I hope. I don't know. I hope I've found the strategy that will be better moving forward. I've talked about this a lot. I just want to make this all work. And I don't know. You guys know me. I don't want to sit and do the same thing over and over again while it's not. Excuse me. I don't want to sit and do the same thing over and over and over again when it's not working, and currently it's not. So I want to switch it up and see if I can do anything else and see if it can work. And if not, I don't know. I guess we go back to the drawing board again. I just don't know I don't know what the next version of a drawing board looks like. But I think the quality, the going even farther with quality over quantity is going to be the correct choice. Even if that ends up being I only make 12 videos next year. As long as they're 12 absolute bangers, that's good. So, I don't know. I don't know. I hope I got it right this time. I feel like I did, but who knows? I guess we'll find out soon. Soon TM. Soon TM. And yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of what else I've done. What else I've been working on. I've been auditioning for a lot of voice acting stuff. See, this week Grayson's been here. That's been interesting. I think I'm gonna save stories from that for maybe next week and have Grayson try to join me if Wonder's still out, and then you can listen to Grayson tell the stories of Denver. I know. I guess it's Thursday, so that means Sunday I'm going to the MGK concert, so that should be fun. I'm sure I'll have a lot to tell you about from that. Maybe I'll remember to post pictures. The other thing I really want to get better at is like being more active just in my Discord. I've kind of given up on the idea of Twitter existing. Maybe I'll start to care about Instagram more. I don't really get Instagram. I guess I'm old. Call me Unk or whatever. I never really understood it. So, gotta figure that out. I don't know. I know football pisses me off, but that's fun. I think wrestling's been interesting. I think, oh, actually, so new phone. This is a Google Pixel 10 Pro. Because as I have talked about, I think ad nauseum, the iPhone. Okay. So I had the iPhone 15 for the full year. I normally have an iPhone. I had the 15 Pro. I got the 16 Plus because better battery life, but the Pros didn't have any features last year that like made enough of a difference. So I just got the pink 16 Plus, and I hated it. The button on the side pissed me off. I had issues with the software. I just didn't like it. So I gave that one to my mother, took back my 15 Pro, and had even more software issues, and the battery life sucked. So it's like, okay, it's not new iPhone time because the 17s look bad and all of the software issues with Apple were not going to fix themselves anyways. I went looking at phones, couldn't decide on one, and just went, I'm going to go basic. I'm going to try Android. I'm going to try it like base level as much as possible, and we're going to get a Pixel. We're going to see how it goes. I know the cameras are good. And so far, man, it's been great. This phone rocks, and I no longer have any of the problems with the texts I'm trying to send. Camera's great. Battery life lasts all day. It still has the Qi 2 magnets, but the MagSafe or whatever Pixel Snap, which is great because then I can still use all my old Apple accessories with this phone, and that's wonderful. I know you can with other phones if you buy a case. Cases are for losers. I know it looks like I have one, but this is just a skin on my phone. The big issue I have with this phone is what I have with most modern phones. At this point, just make them thicker and let the camera be flat because I hate the camera bump. Though I hate it less than the iPhone camera bump previously. I know the iPhone's now covering the entire top of the back as well. But but previous to that, when it was just in the corner, hated it. So now we're cooking. Yeah. Now I'm at the point where I don't really know what I'm saying anymore. You know what? Just for fun, we can talk about the Game Awards because you all know how obsessed I am with Expedition 33. And they got nominated for some stuff. So I went through and did cast my votes because of course I did. So Expedition 33 is now the all-time record holder when it comes to nominations for a game for the Game Awards, which is absolutely deserved. It is, in my opinion, one of, if not the greatest game of all time. Story-wise, graphically, gameplay, it's all perfect. So let's go through the Game Awards, and we're going to kind of start it where the end of it was supposed to be, according to the Game Awards. And so that starts with Best Esports Team. You had Gen G NRG, Team Falcons from Dota 2, Team Liquid PH for Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Team Vitality for Counter-Strike 2. I voted for NRG for Valorant because it's like the only team I know anything about. Best esports athlete, you had Brock, who plays Valorant, Chovy, who plays League of Legends, Forsaken, who plays Valorant, Kakaru, who plays Street Fighter, Menard, who plays Street Fighter, and Ziwu, who plays Counter-Strike. Again, Forsaken, because Valorant, and because I know of this person, which is, I don't know, a step, I guess, when it comes to those votes. Content Creator of the Year, you had Cage Roll, Kai Cenat, Moist Critical, Sakura Miku, and The Burnt Peanut. I voted for Moist Critical. Unsurprising, I'm sure. Most anticipated game is obviously talking about games for next year or soon. And that's got 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. And for me, I don't know. GTA 6 is interesting, but for me, it's like Wolverine or Resident Evil Requiem. I need to play more of the Resident Evil games. There's somebody in my life who's going to make me do that now. So for me, it's Wolverine or Resident Evil Requiem. We can't even be sure GTA 6 is coming next year, or genuinely at this point, we can't be sure it's coming at all. It might never exist. What if the real GTA 6 was the friends we made along the way? You know? So that's fun. Right. Best adaptation, you had the Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry on Netflix, Splinter Cell Death Watch, which was also on Netflix, Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn. I'm voting for The Last of Us Season 2. I don't know anything about Devil May Cry and Splinter Cell. I know Until Dawn was bad, and the Minecraft movie, maybe it was fun, but I hate it. I hate the idea of it. I hate what it turned into. Best multiplayer game, you had Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. I didn't play Split Fiction. I hate Elden Ring. Fuck EA, and fuck Embark Studios for Arc Raiders. If you can't afford to pay developers and you choose to use AI, your game deserves to flop and you don't deserve to exist as a company. I stand by that for Embark, and I stand by that for EA. You don't get to get sold for billions of dollars and then fire more than half your employees and then openly say you want to use AI. Maybe you shouldn't have bought them then if you couldn't afford the employees. Maybe, you rich piece of shit. Fuck you. So I voted for Peak. Best sports or racing game, you have EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I voted for Mario Kart World. Best sim/strategy game, you got Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Altars, 2 Point Museum. I've only even kind of played one, and that's Civ 7, so that's what I voted for. Best family game, you got Donkey Kong Bonanza, who's also up for Game of the Year. You got Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. Haven't played it, but I went Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's up for Game of the Year. It should probably win its own category. Best fighting game, you got 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5, Revo World Stage. I'm voting Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection because Mortal Kombat's like the only one of those games I've played. So shout out to Legacy Collection. Best RPG, you've got Avowed, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wild, and The Outer Worlds 2. Haven't got to play The Outer Worlds 2. Never got to play Kingdom Come Deliverance or Avowed. But Clair Obscur is my pick for Game of the Year, so I'm going to pick it to win its own category as well. Best action or adventure game. All of them are games I haven't played. You got Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. But I am unable to really cast a vote because I've played none of those games. Best action game, you got Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I went Doom the Dark Ages. Excuse me. Best VR/AR game, I just picked the Deadpool game. I don't have a VR headset, though, so I didn't play any of them. Best mobile game, you've got Destiny Rising, Persona 5 The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Umamasumi Pretty Derby, and Wuthering Waves. I've never played any of them. Best debut indie game, you've got Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Despelote, and Dispatch. I love Clair Obscur, but I'm going to vote Dispatch for this because Clair Obscur is going to sweep basically everything else, so let's give some other things some awards. Because best independent game, you got Absolem, you got Ball X Pit, you've got Blueprints, you got Hades 2, you got Hollow Knight Silksong, and you've got Expedition 33, which is my pick. For best community support, you got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers, No Man's Sky. I went Baldur's Gate 3. Best ongoing game, you got Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky. I went Fortnite. Games for Impact, you've got Consume Me, Despolate, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wander Stop. I am picking South of Midnight, but that's because it's the only one of those games I've heard of and that I actively wanted to play. I just haven't gotten to yet. For innovation and accessibility, you've got Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight. Atomfall is the only one I've played. Well, that's not true. Atomfall and Doom the Dark Ages, but there we go. Then, best performance, you've got Ben Starr for Verso in Clair Obscur Expedition 33. You got Charlie Cox for Gustav in Clair Obscur Expedition 33. You got Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yotei. You got Jennifer English for Mael in Clair Obscur Expedition 33. You got Kanatsu Kato for Silent Hill F and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I think it'll go to one of the three Clair Obscur voice actors. I'm voting Jennifer English, though I think Charlie Cox probably should win it. What he was able to do with, I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but what he was able to do with the smaller amount of screen time that he had, realistically, I think he said he was in the recording booth for like 6 hours. It was one session. What he was able to do with that character in the amount of time he has is immaculate. But Ben Starr is also absolutely deserving. Everyone here is. But I'm going to go with Jennifer English. Love her performance as Mael. Best audio design, you got Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, and Silent Hill F, going Expedition 33. Best score and music, you've got Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight, Darren Korb for Hades 2, Lorien Testard for Clair Obscur, Toma Ottawa for Ghost of Yotei, and Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2. I'm going to go Clair Obscur. The music in that game will bring you to tears most of the time. For best art direction, you've got Hollow Knight Silksong, Hades 2, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding, and Expedition 33. We know what I voted for. For best narrative, we've got Silent Hill F, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2, and Expedition 33. I think we know what I voted at this point. Best game direction, we've got Split Fiction, Hades 2, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding, and Expedition 33. I think you know what I'm voting. And then Game of the Year, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Hades 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Death Stranding 2, and Clair Obscur's Expedition 33, which should win Game of the Year and should win basically every category it's up for a nomination for. So, yeah, that's what I know about all of that. Weirdly, I don't think I have much else to talk about, so we're kind of at a early point. I'm kind of just going through and looking to see if there's anything I like kind of talked about on Twitter. I know I hate ARC Raiders because of use of AI. If you're going to try to defend using AI for anything creative to me, don't waste your time. Just fuck off and go talk to your AI pal because that's who you'd rather have existing in this world. I don't know. I'm mostly just looking forward to this weekend at this point. I want to go. I'm ready for the concert. I'm ready for some of the other things that I know we've got planned. So ready to cook. I know. I guess last week we talked about relationship-y things a bit, with how much like people suck and whatever. There is a story about that again. So I went with my girlfriend to Build-A-Bear, and there was this giant Choco cat. It's like 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet, something like that. And she wanted it, so I bought it for her. Whatever, right? But some other guy came in, and him and his girlfriend went directly to go look at the other big Choco cat. A pre-stuffed one, because whatever. And it was pretty apparent that it had like been agreed upon that they were going to come in and buy that. Well, that's not what happened. They came in and looked at the Choco Cat, and it very much felt like it was he heard the price and changed his mind, which means maybe don't agree to buy something if you don't know how much it costs and you aren't willing to do that. It's pretty simple stuff. You know, there's a difference between we can look and yes, I'll buy it for you, and then saying no. But not only did the dude end up saying no and not buy it for her, instead of like getting one of the smaller Choco Cats or any other thing that kind of matched the vibe, he only was grabbing like the cheapest possible option at Build-A-Bear. And she was very obviously getting mad at him and then looking over at us very happily getting the thing he refused to because I don't know, dumb. Like, it's not even just a broke thing. Like, I get it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Why the fuck did you say that you could then? Like, just don't lie to people. So, that's fun. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah. And apparently, Magic the Gathering is going to collaborate with Clair Obscure Expedition 33. That's cool. Um, I don't know. I keep seeing people being mad about JJ McCarthy, but most of them are stupid, and I'm not ready to yell about that currently. Um, so I don't know. I am very tired. But it's okay. I'm probably going to go to bed and just call this an even earlier episode, but I don't know. So, hopefully y'all are down and around for what the new content schedule is going to look like, because I'm excited, and I hope you all are very hopefully it's good this time, man, because I really don't know what's next. Also, I do know at some point, I have no timeline, but there is a new merch thing on the way that I think is going to be really fucking cool. So keep your eyes out for that. There's your, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. And without further ado, I think that'll do it for me. So thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next week, hopefully with a guest, so I'm not alone and this can be a slightly less awful show. But yeah, peace.